Last year, Tim Cook took home a total compensation of $98 million, making him one of the highest-paid CEOs in the world and Apple's highest-paid employee. Tim is not a company founder like Steve Jobs. He joined the company in 1998 as a management staff and was promoted to become chief executive. He started from the bottom and now is at the top. Join us as we explore how Tim rose from humble beginnings to become the highest-paid employee at Apple. Tim Cook was born on November 1, 1960 in Mobile, Alabama, as Timothy D. Cook. His parents, Donald and Geraldine, were Christians, and he was baptized in a Baptist church. Tim's father worked at a shipyard, while his mother worked at a pharmacy. Growing up, Tim was an above-average student. He attended Robertsdale High School and graduated second in his class in 1978. Cook enrolled at Auburn University in Alabama and graduated with a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering in 1982. He then went to Duke University's Fuqua School of Business to earn a Master's of Business Administration in 1988. Cook performed remarkably during his time at Duke. He was awarded the title of Fuqua Scholar, recognizing his performance of being in the top 10% of his class. Fresh out of graduate school, Cook joined IBM and grew to become the corporation's North American Fulfillment Director, overseeing manufacturing and distributions functions for IBM's personal computer company in both North and Latin America. After 12 years at IBM, Cook moved to Intelligent Electronics and served as the Chief Operating Officer of the reseller division for 3 years. In 1997, he moved to Compaq Computer Corporation as Vice President of Corporate Materials. 6 months into his stay at Compaq, Cook got a call from Steve Jobs to join Apple. Tim said, "My most significant discovery so far in life was the result of a single decision, my decision to join Apple." Looking back, it is easy to say he made the right decision, but this wasn't the case. Tim joined Apple when the company was experiencing declining profits and little or no growth. In 1998, Compaq was the #1 PC manufacturer. The company was experiencing more success than Apple, and based on common logic, Tim should have turned down the offer from Apple. A few months before Tim accepted the offer, Michael Dell was asked about Apple and he said the company should be shut down and funds returned to shareholders. Tim listened to his intuition, went against common logic, and joined Apple as Senior Vice President for Worldwide Operations. Cook revolutionized Apple's manufacturing and inventory process. The old process involved producing all the products in Apple factories and holding inventory for months. Cook shut down the factories and replaced them with contract manufacturers that produced enough products to meet demand. Previously, Apple had products that will sit in the warehouse for months. With Cook's solution, these products will only sit for days, reducing cost and waste. Tim also formed strong relationships with key suppliers that helped Apple produce its iPod Nano, iPhone and iPad. In 2007, Cook was promoted to Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. He was in charge of managing sales, global operations and leading the Macintosh division. In August 2011, Tim was named Apple's new Chief Executive Officer, taking over from Apple co-founder and former Chief Executive Steve Jobs, who died in October 2011 after a long battle with cancer. Over the last 10 years, Tim has served as Apple's Chief Executive and has delivered some amazing results. Let's discuss some key accomplishments. Stability. Tim brought stability to Apple after the passing of Steve Jobs. As Chief Executive, he reorganized Apple teams around dedicated project managers who manage projects from beginning to end. There are no silos and everyone on the team works towards a common goal: new products. Under Tim's leadership, Apple released the Apple Watch, a companion to the iPhone that displayed notifications, tracked heart rate and worked with a range of compatible wrist bands in 2015. Apple has never released sales or revenue numbers from the Apple Watch, but industry experts estimate Apple shipped 33.9 million units of the watch to customers in 2020, outpacing every other smartwatch manufacturer in the world. A year later, Apple released the AirPods. We have no official figures from Apple, but industry experts estimate AirPods accounted for approximately 40% of all wireless headphone sales in 2020. In 2011, Apple's peripherals and other hardware categories reported $2.3 billion in sales. 9 years later, it has more than $30.6 billion in revenue due to the successes of the Apple Watch and AirPods. In 2020, Apple transitioned away from using Intel chips to its own Apple silicon processors, which deliver a higher level of performance and energy efficiency. The M1 Macs were released later the same year and have received lots of positive reviews from industry experts. Stock price. If you bought Apple stock on Tim's first day as chief executive, you will be smiling to the bank now. Apple is the most valuable publicly traded company, worth more than other tech giants such as Google and Microsoft. A major driver of this growth is Tim's focus on its services business. Apple services include software subscriptions like iCloud, AppleCare warranties, App Store downloads, and commissions from Apple Pay service. Tim started to focus on this category in 2015 after sales of the iPhone slowed down. Over the last 6 years, Apple has released new servicing products such as Apple TV and Apple News Plus to strengthen its recurring bill services. The revenue from this segment has grown by 1,722% since 2011. Earnings in 2021. Tim Cook earned $98.7 million in total compensation as Apple's CEO in 2021, making him the #1 paid employee at Apple. Of this amount, $82.3 million came from stock awards, $12 million was for hitting performance targets, and $3 million was his base salary. Tim also received $1.3 million in other compensation that includes security, vacation cash out, and personal air travel. When Cook joined Apple, he earned approximately $500,000 per year. When he became CEO, his annual earning was increased to $900,000 per year. However, between 2011 and 2020, he has received $963.5 million in total compensation, mainly from stock awards. Cook now has a net worth of approximately $1.5 billion and plans to give away most of his wealth to charities before he dies. So what can we learn from Tim Cook's rise to lead Apple? Two major themes stand out from his rise to become chief executive. First, he trusted his intuition and made the right decision, and it mattered the most by joining Apple when the company was not doing great. Second, Tim's story shows that you do not need to copy others to be the best. Tim has an impossible job of continuing Steve Jobs' legacy at Apple. Many people doubted him during his early years as Apple's CEO. Now the world knows Tim Cook as a smart, humble, practical, and inventive CEO who is capable of building a new Apple. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel for technology and business stories.